All right, welcome to week 7, where we will learn about conserving resources. The first question is, what does conserve mean? So I want you to take a few seconds and think about what conserve means. Conserve means to prevent injury, decay, waste, or loss of, to use or manage natural resources wisely, preserve, and save. So today we're going to talk about how we can conserve resources. First is energy. Energy is the ability to do work. Energy used to heat homes and run cars comes from fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas. These forms of energy are also used in power plants to make electricity. However, these energy sources pollute the air when they are burned. There are sources of energy that do not pollute the air or water. Solar panels turn sunlight into electricity. Wind turbines make electricity from wind. Sunlight and wind do not form air pollutions. Nuclear power is also used in some areas. Saving energy at home. A thermostat controls your furnace, electric heater, and air conditioner. Set the thermostat on a lower temperature when you need heat. Set it on a higher temperature when you run the air conditioner. Less energy will be used. Using insulation can save energy. Insulation is material that stops or slows the passage of heat. In winter, insulation keeps heat in. In summer, it helps keep the heat out. Other ways to conserve energy include turning off the lights and computers when not in use. Do not leave the refrigerator door longer than you need to. Dry clothes on a clothesline instead of using a dryer. Walk or ride a bike instead of a car. And reduce how often you use air conditioning. Our next one is reducing or how to use less water.
Thanks again for inviting me for a sleepover tonight, Peter.
I love sleepovers. Chris, you should always shut off the water when you're not using it.
But how will I brush my teeth without water?
All you need is just enough to get your toothbrush wet, like this.
Why do I need to do that? There's water everywhere. In oceans, and lakes, and streams, and even when it rains.
Well, you're right, but not all that water is safe for us to drink. Here, imagine this. If you took all the water in the entire world and put it in one big pool, it would look like this.
See? I told you that's a lot of water.
It might look like a lot, but of all that water, only a tiny bit is safe for us to drink and use every day.
Oh, that's not very much at all.
No, it's not. That's why we have to be smart about how we use it.
Wow, you're right, Peter. I didn't think of that.
It's always smart to save water.
Where else can we save water?
Well, we can save water by taking a short shower instead of a bath, and by sweeping up dirt outside instead of using a hose. And I always tell my dad when I find a faucet that's dripping so he can fix it. Dripping faucets waste a lot of water.
Oh, I know! Like using a bucket to wash your dad's car instead of using a hose.
That's right.
And when I help my mom do laundry, we can make sure to always wash full loads instead of washing just a few things at a time.
Those are great ideas, Chris.
Wow, I had no idea there were so many ways to save water. You know, Peter, all this talk about water reminds me of a funny joke. What did the ocean say to the shore?
I don't know.
Nothing! It just waved!
That was a good one, Chris.
now we're moving on to recycling. How much paper do you use each day? How many bottles and bags do you throw out? How can you save resources? You can put cans, bottles, and papers into recycling bins. Everything you use comes from natural resources. Paper comes from trees. Trees take time to grow. Many things we use are made from oil or metals. These are pumped or mined from the ground. There is only a certain amount of each of these natural resources. Conserving resources helps make them last longer. Many things can be used again or changed into something new. Recycling is to change waste products so that they can be used again in a new way. These include paper, glass, plastic, metal, aluminum, which is a metal that is easily recycled. Reduce. To reduce means to use less of the things that become trash. Think about all the paper that you use each day, especially in school. Reducing the amount you use conserves trees, waters, and energy resources. You can reduce and conserve in other ways too. Take a moment before you buy something. Ask yourself these questions. Do I really need this item? Will I use it more than once? Could I borrow from someone else? Is there too much packaging? Can I use the parts of packaging for something else? Reuse. It is to use it again instead of throwing it away. Suppose that you buy a new pair of shoes. You also need a box to hold hobby supplies. You can reuse the shoebox to hold your supplies. Reusing something you already have for a new purpose saves energy. Here's are some ways you can reduce and reuse. Write on both sides of the paper. Save wrapping paper to use again. Carry a reusable bag with you when you shop. Take your lunch in a reusable container instead of a brown paper or plastic bag. Use cloth napkins instead of paper. And buy products with as little packaging. Your assignment for today is to tell a family member what conserve means and how can you help to conserve resources. After you tell them, you're going to fill out the short Google form and you're all done for today. Thank you.